Hello everyone, my name is Isis Daniel and I am your personal master of wine. And we are here today just to drink some wine, compare. You know, this is my first episode by myself. Some of you may know me from my show that I have with my mother called Sunday Dinner with Valencia and Isis. I decided to kind of branch off so that I can explore wines specifically with you guys, compare and learn more as our journey goes on together, right? And today, in the heart of being blossoming beginners, and that's what I'm kind of calling my spring courses, if you will, for my wine tastings, blossoming beginners, because you know, spring is a time of rejuvenation, it's time to start over, and also time to begin. And I wanted to kind of lay down some of the fundamental information that you should know as far as wine is concerned so that you can start tasting like a pro. Okay? But today we're going to start with Sauvignon Blanc. The main reason why I wanted to start with Sauvignon Blanc is because I felt it's just so refreshing, you know? I think that majority of all of the varietals, depending on how it's created, you have different flavors and different experiences. If you watch the show, you see how my mother, who thought she liked one varietal, end up learning that as you pair with foods and you also just allow yourself to be open, you taste so many different things. And depending on where the varietal is grown and everything that goes along with it, which we will cover, everything impacts the wine, from climate to the area, from oceans and what kind of soil, everything impacts the wine. And today we are going to compare two Sauvignon Blancs from two different places that, you know, kind of have similar flavors and aromas and things of that sort, but because of their different conditions, they do have some of their own unique qualities, right? So today we are going to be having a wine from France and the other from New Zealand, which I thought would be a great place to start. France being the mecca of wine, at least what I would think. You know, whenever you think wine, you think France, you think quality. Doesn't always mean that, but it is pretty fair, I would say. You know, they're amazing wines around the world, but I definitely think in the beginning process of my learning, you learn France and wine, they are connected by the hip, honey, okay? And then you also have New Zealand being known for their Sauvignon Blanc. So it's pretty cool. I think it'll be nice to kind of compare these two, right? So then let's just jump in. So when we're thinking about Sauvignon Blanc, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Light body, dry, intense herbaceous flavor. So you get some of that gooseberry, you get green pepper, things of that sort. It just kind of like smacks you in the face when you are kind of taking the aromas in. And in case you wonder why I'm looking down, I actually have my notes here because I actually took some notes on both of these so that can help me out. If you guys have any questions, please, 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 please write in the comments. Let me know what you're interested in. If you have any questions at all, I would love to answer. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm a newbie, so help me get out there. Everyone loves wine, and if you don't, please let me change your mind, because wine's amazing. Okay. All right, so when we're thinking about Sauvignon Blanc, we think white wine, light body, strong herbaceous flavors. What are those flavors that we're also getting? We're getting gooseberry, honeydew, grapefruit, white peach, passion fruit, green pepper, right? So that's pretty broad. So when we're thinking about wine, it's almost like getting to know a person, okay? It's not just who the person is or what the varietal is. It's about where the varietal or the person is from. What made you who you are, right? So some of these flavors and aromas and things that you get, they vary from place to place. New Zealand, France, you're gonna get two different flavors, even though they may come from similar areas, right? When I say areas, I'm thinking climate. I'm thinking they're both cool, just so you know. So what are we drinking? Let's start there so that I can really dive in with you guys, okay? So forgive me with the names. I'm doing my best. All right, so we have our first wine here, which is going to be Sauvignon Blanc from France. There you go. And we have La Galope, okay? All right. So this is from Côtes de Gascogne, right? And that place in Gascogne is a pretty cool climate place. So is Marlboro, New Zealand, all right? And this is the wine that we're working with today, okay? All right, so that being said, they're both from cool climates. So cool climates, just so you know, when you're thinking cool climates, you're thinking high acidity, you're thinking lighter body, thinking light body, less tannin, and then high acidity. So acidity, when you think acidity, you're thinking like lemonade, right? Lemons, acid, citrus, very high, but it's that acid, that high acidity within the lemonade that makes it so refreshing when you're drinking it on a hot day. Same goes for wine. If a wine has high acidity, most likely you get that refreshing hint to it. And again, emphasizing, it's the high acidity, okay? When I was taking my first level for my WSET Wine Spirit Education Trust program, just to be certified in wine, there was an instructor who actually compared acidity to a banana, right? So when a banana comes, when a banana is fresh, right? Bear with me. When it's younger, it's green. And it's very tart, right? That tartness, it's high in acid. And then as it gets older, it starts to ripen and it gets sweeter, right? So in warmer climates, it's hot, so it's easier for that grape to mature and to ripen and to get sweet. When it's cooler, it's harder for the grape to ripen. It's just a little harder, and that's why in cooler temperatures, wines that grow in cooler temperatures tend to be high in acid because they are usually slightly underripe, okay? Pretty much. And so here, you guys, I actually have 2 glasses just so that I can compare and kind of go back and forth, back and forth. When you're tasting white wines, you want to make sure, I have like mel, but you want to make sure you have a white surface. So if you need to grab a piece of paper, do that so that you can kind of see exactly what we're working with, okay? All right. So in the beginning, we were talking about those different flavors. So they're both cool climates, so we're expecting out of both of these wines to get high acidity, right? And then I was doing a little research because I wasn't really familiar with this French wine from Gascogne, and they say that it's typically a little more fuller bodied than most Sauvignon Blanc. So we'll take a taste and kind of see exactly what they're talking about there, right? And then of course in Marlboro, New Zealand, there's tons of information about this varietal or this kind of wine, Sauvignon Blanc from this part of New Zealand, only because they're known for it, right? So cool climate, so you're getting dry, high acidity, usually aged in no oak during fermentation. And if you are having any questions about the things that I'm saying, I know I'm talking to you like you are fully aware of everything. But please, again, if you have any questions, just send me a question on the comments and I will further explain everything to you. I'm also having a class, and so if you're in the DC area and you want to learn more about wine and what do I mean by a lot of the stuff, just let me know. It's just a quick video tasting wine, so I'm not going to dive in too deep, okay? But you're getting no oak, aged in no oak during the fermentation process or maturing process, and then intense nose and clean finish. Okay, a lot, but you're still getting pretty much the same typical type of Sauvignon Blanc, simply because they are both made in cooler climates. But the interesting thing is, in New Zealand, you get more of that of tropical flavors. So you get passion fruit, kiwi, ripe pear. Okay, so let's just taste and see what happens. All right, so you don't have to go by the book. If you are tasting these wines and I'm telling you what it should be and it's not exactly what you think it should be, that's totally fine. It's all subjective, really. For the most part, when it comes to tasting wines, it's really, there are a few key things that let you know that it's a Sauvignon Blanc, let you know that it's from New Zealand or from France. Like, there are different ways of knowing for sure, but as far as the aromas and flavors and things of that sort, it also can be subjective. All right, so let's just go ahead and dive in because I want some wine. All right, so I'm gonna just put this here. So I'm gonna try the wine from France first. So I have my glass. I'm gonna just open it up a little bit, right? Okay, so let's take a look and see. So we're gonna take our paper and we're just gonna go down. And so what you wanna do is you wanna make sure you have enough natural light. I unfortunately have like this gold tablecloth, so it's kind of going to affect what I'm seeing here, but that's totally okay. All right, compare from what you can where you are, it'll be fine. Okay, so I'm getting a pale lemon. Okay, very, you know, you can see straight through. We're not dealing with red, so we're not gonna go into anything else as far as that's concerned, right? All right. Yeah. So I'm, from the jump, I am getting that herbaceous flavor. So that green pepper, some citrus, a little bit of like, what is that, white, like pear, not when I said white pear, but like pear. I'm definitely getting some pear. Let's go ahead and take a sip. So you definitely have high acidity. You feel it all in your mouth. Just all the saliva just like rushes to the front. Let me see. So yeah, all the things that I was saying, you're still kind of getting that acidity, citrus, very much fruit forward as far as that is concerned. Yeah, it's like all you're getting. Yeah, so definitely all the herbaceous aromas kind of towards the back, and then those fruit flavors that I was talking about, so that pear and the citrus all comes up front. I actually don't think that was bad at all, actually. So let's compare to New Zealand. Let's do it. All right, so we're gonna look at it real quick, and I'm getting about the same in color. Let's put it next to each other. Let me pour a little bit more so I can see what we're working with. Okay. All right, so what I'm doing with my paper here, I'm taking both glasses of wine and kind of putting them next to each other so I can compare the color. The color is very, very similar as far as being a pale lemon color. Definitely close in color, I would say. Let's see about this aroma. Just open it up a bit. All right. So, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of people like to compare New Zealand wine to cat pee. I know, it sounds crazy, but that's what I'm getting, okay? just being honest. But you do get that, beyond the cat pee, you get that green pepper, what else? Yeah, and some citrus there, okay? Yeah. It's actually quite interesting how they taste differently. One thing, I'm very young in this wine game, okay? And as I'm learning, one thing that a lot of instructors and a lot of my mentors always tell me is to compare wines next to each other, because when you do, it allows you to taste flavors that you necessarily wouldn't have before. So, kiwi. I've tasted a lot of New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs, and I think for the first time, because I had this one from France, I was able to kind of get that out of the wine. It's really interesting. Wow. Definitely getting some of that ripe pear. It's amazing. Yes, honey. This is awesome. Let me see. So you get that high acidity, but you get a lot of like ripe fruit flavor. So I just took another sip of the French wine, and now that I think about it, I'm just comparing. You get a lot of ripe flavors from this wine here from France, and it's quite interesting because when I'm comparing the two, I'm enjoying the Marlboro wine way more, and I am because of the complexity of it. So the finish on both wines are pretty short. That acidity comes in, sneaks up on you, and just totally just takes over the wine, right? But at the same time, with the Marlboro New Zealand wine, you're able to get a nice, refreshing flavors that just complement each other versus kind of the right, not sure where we're going with this other Sauvignon Blanc, right? So, interesting. Yeah. Totally different wines. Very similar, but I definitely would say that Mokoroa, I think that you guys won this one. Yeah, definitely. You know, it's very refreshing. You do get that. I mean, I know that cat pee does not sound appetizing at all, but it's a known thing, okay? And it was kind of cool to compare the two because usually whenever I taste a New Zealand wine, it's by itself. I'm not able to really compare it to another Sauvignon Blanc and get those other flavors that other people say. And it's cool that I was able to kind of pull it out because I was comparing it to another one, right? That's awesome. Yeah, definitely get that peach though in the French. I said peach. It is peach in there. Got it late, but I got it. So this is cool, you guys. So I had a great time. I know this was a short video. I would love to do more. I'm just trying to get the ball going with, you know, being consistent with you guys and allowing you to learn as I learn, because we're one big wine family. Okay? But yes, please write any bottles of wine that you would like, or any varietals. What does varietals mean? Names of particular grapes, Sauvignon Blanc, anything, Merlot, Grenache, whatever, Grenache. But please, if you are interested in me trying any wines that you would recommend, that you heard of, and you're just not sure, let me know. I'll do pairings on here, whatever you guys want. We're here to explore wine together, so let's explore it, period. Okay? So I hope you guys had a great time tasting 2 of Sauvignon Blancs with me. But I'm looking forward to next time. Let's see. I don't know. We'll see what's up my sleeve. It's going to be a great time. I'll definitely put the links of the wines. I'll write down the wines for you guys so you can go out there and you can sample it yourself. And yeah. So, 2 Sauvignon Blanc. All right, you guys. I'll see you next time. I love you.